Okay, Aries, welcome into your reading. Let's see what's going on for you. All right, it's blurred for a sec. There we go. Let's do the first week of February for my Aries, please. Let's see what the situation is. Guys, how are you feeling with Neptune hitting up your sign? And in about a week or two, so here comes along Saturn too. It is the reset button of Aries. Okay, what is the situation? I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are still transitioning into the new stuff. All right, because the year of the horse also starts mid-February. So we still got a little snake left. We're still shedding a few things or two. Strength, Leo energy. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, Saggy energy. You would know it. So you guys are resisting or holding back from a certain situation, or you're using a lot of strength to persevere for some said scenario. Whatever's going on right now, you best believe it's the universe trying to throw some luck your way. So if it's taking something away, it's a blessing in disguise. If it's giving you an opportunity, it's a blessing in disguise. If you're getting fired, it's a blessing in disguise. If you're getting a new job, it's a blessing in disguise. What's going on now is you're feeling the shadow effects of all these planets shifting. The big deal about Neptune in Aries is the ruler of self. You rule the first house, and the first house rules self. What does that mean? Your identity, who you are, what you like, what you dislike, how you appear in society, how you come and show up to others, how you want to come up and show up to others, the boundaries that you have, the illusions are gone, the dreams that you had the last decade, they're happening now in this decade. That's why some of you losing some shit in your life is the actual blessing, because Spirit's like, you've been dreaming about doing something independent, the last 10 years. Now's the time. So I'm going to take this fucking situation away from you so I can make space for you to go out there and do it. Okay? You're resisting it, though. You're fighting it. Do not be doing this. I'm sure it's going to change. Who you are now is going to be a very different person from the end of the month. And the universe is going to make it happen. All right? I'll give you an example. A lot of you last year, you were up and down with a job or your careers. It was because what you've been dreaming about the last decade or so, that vision that you had, that thing you wanted to invent, that song you wanted to write, that career you wanted to do in acting, whatever it was, right? It's now the time that you're going to go and do it. It's time to put actions behind those dreams. Now, what's coming in towards Aries? And the reason I'm telling you this stuff, because this is the most crucial point in that transition. All right. And I'm also kind of like letting you know these feelings, these vibes you're getting, it's because these planets are shifting like this. All right. Judgment. You're making an enlightened decision, a judgment call here on your job, your relationship, a person, a situation, because you feel stuck and trapped. Ain't no fucking way you're going to allow yourself to stay stuck anymore. This is jail door open. This is you going out, right? You have to make that tough decision. You have to make some tough calls right now. You're going to be doing them. I know you're going to be torn. You're going to struggle a little while. But by the end of the month, you will be abso-friggin-lutely clear. Very clear. All right. So what is the surprise coming in for Aries, please? The High Priestess. I'm a little freaked out because they're all major arcanas. Why is this a big deal? Because major arcanas come out when someone is going through a massive pivotal change. And you guys are like on the fence. You could fall on the wrong side. You could fall on the right side. But they're like, oh, it's like, when you go bowling and you're about to throw the ball, but you're always getting gutters. And, for the little kids, they bring out those things for the gutters. So you definitely strike some pins down in bowling. Well, that is what major arcana is doing to you right now. They're covering up the gutters. They're putting them there. They're like, no. Aries has to hit a pin or start over. There's no way we're not going to let them press the reset button on their lives. All right. High Priestess. Relationships are going to become clear. But for you, High Priestess is telling me you're using your intuition in regards to something, but more or less, you're not talking to a person here, or you're not talking about the elephant in the room. This could be somebody you're having an affair with, maybe somebody that ghosted you, or you ghosted them. I don't know. You guys aren't chit chatting though. You're just like done. You're like, I want stability. If it looks like an apple, smells like an apple, tastes like an apple, it's a fucking apple. If I have to question it's an apple, I don't want it. That is where it's going to shift quickly for you this month. Because I see you being torn, and you're not going to like these. And I like the idea of you being always in your head because you're tired of it. You're sick and tired of it. You're like, I'm exhausted. Neptune and Pisces kind of did that to us. It was annoying. It challenged us left and right. And then Saturn was sitting in Aries Chiron. Oh my God. The wounded healer. You guys went through hell and back. This is the clearing. Even though Saturn is coming back again into your sign, it's in a different capacity. It's not in like where it's like teaching you life lessons from your wounds. It's teaching you discipline now to put behind your dreams, which I love for you. Oh, you're going to love it for yourself. Watch. What's the advice? But the guardrails are here. The guardrails are here. Aries, what's happening? I think you guys are allowed to have a little bit of fun. If you felt like you haven't had any in a long time, or you weren't allowed, that you were going to get burned by the stove, you got a little bit of reprieve. You got a little time out right now from the universe. They're saying you can have some fun. Go. For me, this is clear. It is 1000%, but I'll make it make sense for everybody. When I see 3 of Cups and the Knight of Wands, this is literally going out for drinks. This is literally going out for a party. This is literally going to have fun. And it's in your advice position because you need to heal some part of you. And you need to be okay. You need to be that energetic, Aries again. The life of the party. You guys have been loners for a little while now. You'll continue to be so, but in a different kind of way. It'll come from a place of you just knowing. Meaning, like, you know who you are. You don't have to state the obvious anymore. You don't have to tell people how awesome you are or how courageous or the things that you've done. You just know it for yourself, so who cares, right? And if somebody has something to say that's like negative, maybe at first you're going to want to jump down their throat, but then you're not. You're going to be like, that's the discipline I'm talking about. You're going to be like, I know I'm awesome. You don't deserve none of this. I don't need to give you any of my space, my energy, or any of my fire. You're going to come from this place. So Spirit's like, look, in your advice, it's okay to have fun now, Aries. It's okay to put down the guard. It's time to go heal yourself. All the shit you've been through. So you can endure the next chapter because it's heavy duty. It's intense. It's like you're restructuring or restructing a new version of you. You guys have been working really hard. Look at that. Or you've been just so focused on your shit. And some of you had endings and betrayals. It's okay to be all right, to go have some fun. Now, I do see here for some of you something about a reconciliation, but keeping it light and fluffy as you heal. Others of you, it's saying for work, you need to go network. All right. And you can go figure out what your next steps are in your next chapter. What is the outcome of the week for Aries? Aw, I like that. Go have a boozy brunch. Go find your friends. Go chit chat. All right. 6 of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Hermit. Oh, there you go. Back in your hidey hole. No, you're mentally disengaging from somebody. Maybe you have an air sign. It doesn't have to be, though. It just shows me that the person's in their head. I do see Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But this person is very available for you and to you, by the way. They just don't scream the I love yous. But I think you're just mentally disengaging. It's that whole apple theory. It's like, duck theory. Quacks like a duck, looks like a duck. It's a duck. It's an apple. You're just kind of like, yeah, I know what stress looks like. I know what stress feels like. I don't want none of that. I'm all right. I'll go take a time out to figure things out and make a wise decision. And when I'm ready, I'll come out and talk to people. And boom, you come from a healed place. Damn. You start cutting your losses. Man, you coming out bossing up. This is strong. I don't got a lot more to say other than that. Let's start clarifying. What's going on here for Aries? You guys are going to have huge readings this whole year. This whole year, because we're rebuilding a new version of you. So week to week, we're going to see the accumulations as we go, obviously, right? Those of you who are not changing, have not changed, you will see more challenges because you're like fighting a system that's trying to revise a huge portion of you. Some of you, it's meant to be in your work lives. Others of you, it's meant to be in your relationships. What is strength here? But it's definitely the next chapter for all of you. Regardless who comes along for the ride. Two of Swords, the Hermit. Yeah. You guys are, that's probably why your advice is all of that. Like, I'm like, am I reading that right? Are you sure? You want Aries to go out and have fun and party? I know you used to be once upon a time like the party, but I don't know. Maybe you guys just... No, it's like saying it's safe. It's okay. You could do it now. Only because you guys are doing hermit mode. And it could be self-imposed. Their point is you did it for so long, for so many years, so many times. You're wise enough. You can go. All right? Because it looks like you're trying to make some sort of decision and you're struggling. And I don't know, maybe you don't want the noise. Maybe you don't want other people's opinions. Maybe you just need time to reflect on your own to figure it out. But you're totally resisting the person until you do. All right? But I do see somebody emotionally mature and available for you. So I don't know if that's what's throwing you off. That someone else out there is being emotionally mature. Okay, Judgment. This Judgment is bringing you stress. That's what I was seeing down there. Judgment, please clarify. This enlightened decision you have to make, or this final judgment call. Maybe to a marriage, a commitment, a job, a career. The Fool in reverse. You're afraid to take some sort of risk. You think it's not worth the risk. You're kind of not doing it. But simultaneously thinking about your worth and value, what you want to bring into this world. I think you're afraid of being left out in the cold alone. Yes and no. Yes and no. But if I'm seeing a bunch of fives here, let's mitigate that, shall we? It's also being okay with the decisions that you make. That's why we listen to tarot, in my opinion. Could be totally wrong there, but I'm just wondering why you think there's something here's not worth taking the risk. That's like so not you. Because this is an Aries card and you're doing the opposite of what you would normally do. Let's see if it's a good thing or a bad thing. The High Priestess, please. Six of Cups in reverse and the Five of Swords. You're still processing what, you need to sacrifice in your life. The good versus the bad. Like, I can live with this, but I can't live without that. I can live with her and deal with the bullshit, but I can't deal with this other thing. I don't know. Or I can't deal with the mental anguish and stress. I'd rather be alone and lonely. Whatever it is for you guys. But this is why you have not closed out the past yet. This is why you have not closed out this chapter. And you're also not even talking to them. Some of you might have blocked each other. Others of you are just not talking about the thing. You're trying to use your intuition. You're trying to use your wisdom. I sense a lot of you are on the right track. I do. Yeah, you're definitely very focused, Aries. Let's see what the Three of Cups and hindsight. Also, the Knight of Wands work wise, for if you guys are going to go out there to expand your business or create a new company or whatever it is that you're doing there work wise, make sure you also cross your T's and you dot your I's. Don't be sloppy about something. You need to complete it. And, obviously, when Saturn comes into your sign in a few weeks, it's going to help you with the discipline in that regard. But the Three of Cups means you do need to network. You do need to socialize. You can't do it on your own. This will heal your issues. Others of you, if this is love related, just be friendly here at this point in time. Just socialize. Just be carefree. Have fun. Because you need to heal a huge chunk of yourselves. Clarify this in the advice, please. Listen, you're challenged to be patient or wait for something to come in. All right? Sort of. Because it's in the cross position. The Three of Wands says, wait for your ships to come in. Let me tell you something, Aries. Everyone's ship comes in. Everyone. So you need to be patient for whatever, if it's a new company, a new job, you have to wait for your merchant ships to come in from like London. I don't know. And you live in like California. Wait. And while you're waiting, you can heal. But no, it is talking about working with a team, a collaboration at work, learning. You're learning new shit now, so do so. All right? This is time to chop wood. This is the time to learn new things. Some of you, maybe you're at a new company or a new, I don't know, career altogether, and you're learning stuff. Some of you need to go back to school. Keep at it. I will say this. This is heavily leaning towards a third-party situation. Heavy. To the point where this will resonate with all third-party people because there's 3 threes there. And without zero doubts, do I know it's a third-party scenario? It is saying that you're kind of have to manage this and deal this and heal from it. All right? Because something has reached a peak or a plateau. And you need to truly make a judgment call there because you are getting stuck. All right. What is the Six of Swords and the King of Swords? It's not a crazy ass reading this week, but it is interesting. It's like you're kind of like fielding through, it's like you're weaving through a field. And you're coming out on the other end, but you're still in the middle of the field. 8 of Cups in reverse. Some of you went back to somebody. Maybe they did something for you. I don't know. It like 1 minute you're mentally disengaging, you're like bye, and the next minute you're kind of returning. Now if this isn't you, it could be them who's returned to you. You have 2 people here for sure. It's not telling me, though, right now who you're going towards. I don't know. Ooh, look at this 2 of Cups. I'm almost feeling this is somebody you're in love with. But who's going to bring in the stability? And then one person definitely goes. That's in the coming weeks. I'm not even surprised. It's right in line with the way the planets are shifting, too. Planets don't only influence you, it influences the people you're dealing with also. And every sign is going to react differently from Neptune and Aries because it's going to be about self, individuality. So everyone's individuality is changing, right? So now you're going to be like, my God, were you always like that? Like eye-opening moments, right? And you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't see that before. It could be either or. And it could be the same for them. Like, I never noticed before, like, what in abundance you were in my life, Aries. And I treated you like shit. We'll see in the coming weeks. It's coming soon. This, for sure, is coming soon. Whatever's going on in your relationships. You guys have somebody here that is newish, I believe. Because it's saying this could be the one. but I see you debating them with this Two of Swords. Well, you're debating two people with the three threes in the advice position. We'll see more in the extended what it's talking about. Let's see what the Wisdom House of Night has to say here. Wisdom House of Night for Aries, please. I need 3 shuffles for a good mix. Nope, that's enough. All right, Aries, please. Strength, and that is the card we started with. Isn't that wild? Let's see what it's saying. Sometimes life will present you with challenges that you think are too difficult to endure. Does it seem as if nothing goes your way and everyone else appears to be having a good time? Be strong, my dear. Drawing this symbol means that no matter what's happening in your life, you have the strength to endure all experiences. Like an ancient oak whose trunk cannot be uprooted by the strongest of storms, including a cyclone snowstorm. You will know strength that comes from within you. You will win this game of life. You have the strength to face any situation right now. That's the guardrails I was vibing before. All right, you do. They just want to remind you, you're going to get through this. You're going to be okay. All right, you just keep going because changes are coming and they're coming soon and you're going to be just fine. You're going to be happy with the life you create in the next 2 years. All right, guys? So, let's get going on this new chapter, shall we?